Greetings, Batprince here, and today Ms. Bat and I are going to be playing Kara no Shojo. Yeah, that's what we're playing.
Yeah.
Suppose. Prologue at the Phantom Castle.
Phantom Castle.
After being awakened by his phone just before dawn and picked up by Toyo Pet patrol car, Kyozo Uzumi finally arrives at Futushi's Tama Cemetery. The cemetery is shrouded by deep fog. Dead branches snap underfoot as he makes his way inward. This is it? A group of officers are assembled there.
Thanks for coming out here.
Are you going to do some? Sure, what's the situation? He addresses the officer who had saluted him.
Sir, late last night a local resident noticed a fire in the area. We came to investigate and found this.
Is he speaking another language?
Yeah, that's why we're speaking on top.
Okay, that's alright. We can speak over the top of another language, just not over English, because that's weird. Alright, where's the corpse? Too many of these disturbing cases cropped up lately. It's too much for him to handle on his own, and he still hasn't found any leads on the dismemberment case from the other day. Should I bring him in on this? A certain detective comes to mind, one who is always sticking his nose into cases like this. Toshiga, that guy. This case seems right up his alley. Does it?
Right up there.
Right up there. The Egg of Nina's Part 2.
That was quick.
That was just the intro. It shouldn't have been part 1.
Yeah.
It's a prologue. Oh dear.
She dead?
You know what we've done?
What?
We haven't exposed the actual novel yet. For 1 minute, we were just talking over the splash screen of my face.
Cool.
Too late. I'm not going to edit it. In exchange for a small black egg, she received a torso, right arm, right leg, and left leg. However, she still lacked a head.
Oh,
She surveyed her surroundings, an extra one, and could not glimpse anyone else.
This won't do. What am I to do? I can't complete mother with this.
She fretted. No matter whose head she obtained, it would not have her mother's face.
Oh, mother, where could your face be?
She asked this of a large black egg, however it did not answer.
Oh, mother, my mother inside of here. Could your face be within the shell?
With that thought in mind, she could no longer wait. She put the large black egg on the ground and raised a large black stone aloft with her hands.
Halt! Thou must not break the shell. Oh, that's you probably.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
The words of her mother inside the egg did not reach the girl's ears. She swung the black rock downward. Crash! A clear sound rung out. Cracks appeared on the large black egg, scattering bits of shell.
Mother, where are you?
Whilst chipping away at the cracked shell, the girl peered inside. There was nothing within but a thick red fluid.
Where is my mother?
She thrust her hands into the red fluid and stirred it around, but her fingers did not grasp her mother's head. The red fluid inside the large black egg leaked out through the cracks in its shell. In an instant, the ground was stained red.
Mother, he's spilling out.
In a panic, the girl got down on her hands and knees, but most of the red fluid had already been absorbed by the earth beneath her.
No, mother!
With large teardrops spilling down her face, she cried out for her mother. But her mother would not come back. The girl cried until all the tears left her body had been cried out. All the tears left in her body had been cried out. The time she stood up, she had no more tears left to cry. All that was left was the headless body of her mother and the shell of a broken black egg.
I've got to look for my mother.
After murmuring that, she dug in the ground that had been stained red by what was formerly her mother, then buried both in the large black eggshell and her headless mother's body. Her work done, the girl set out once more to find her mother.
That's not strange at all.
What did we just read?
Wow. There is a black egg.
No, don't even bother.
Song 1.
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Oh yeah, song 2. Right now, I, Tok Ish Akareji, am at my office in Shinkyuku. I'm writing up a case summary while smoking and taking an occasional swig of Stuntory whiskey. It was a simple case. A wealthy man was killed and his son was arrested. However, the guy insisted he was innocent.
Yep.
Don't they all? In order to prove it, I had to show that his old man had offered himself. That's not all there was to it. After filling in the name of my client, the deceased man's son, I am done with the paperwork. Phew. I relax, leaning back in my chair. Stubbing my cigarette out in the ashtray, I pull a fresh one from the case and light it.
Ooh, chain smoker.
The smoke drifts towards the ceiling to be dispersed by the fan.
Ugh.
Well, that's one more job out of the way. I got a nice little fee from my client. It looks like I won't have to worry about food for a while. Come to think of it, it feels like I've been working constantly since New Year's. A murder over inheritance, a murder over factory eviction, a murder over dispute in the red light district. This world is just full of murders, isn't it? I exhale a lungful of smoke along with the words. It seems that we live in pretty dangerous times.
No, just the same as always.
Well, I guess it's thanks to the fact that someone like me can make a living.
Yeah.
After all, a detective's work thrives on the misfortune of others. I suppose it couldn't hurt to take a break for a while. Fortunately, I don't have any cases at the moment. Going home getting some rest sounds good. If that's the plan, there's no reason for me to stay here overnight. I quickly back up my belongings and go outside. The detective agency is located near the station, in a narrow alley behind the department store. I skipped all those names. The Blue Line district is nearby, so I can't exactly call it a nice area. I stick a brown piece of paper to the door, bearing the words, "During my absence, I can be contacted here," followed by my home address.
Oh, that's dangerous.
This way, there shouldn't be any problems if a client comes by while I'm out. What about if somebody comes by that you help put away or find out stuff?
Exactly. And will kill you, and you'll be on the list.
With a knife!
Yep.
Then again, whether any clients will come all the way to the outskirts of the Shiginami ward after seeing the sign is another matter entirely. Burglars probably won't target an empty office. Even if someone does break in, there's no reason for me to go track them down, I think. Looks like I've still got plenty of time, I mutter while glancing at my pocket watch. Normally I'd take the Cebu line to wherever I'm going, but today I'm going to take a little detour.
Oh, where? Tell me.
Here. I head away from where I was towards the Japan International Railway station. Although it's gotten considerably warmer, the people on the street are all wearing coats. I weave my way through the crowd to the ticket counter. After buying a ticket for the line to the station, I pass through the gate to board the train.
Is that how you do it?
Unnecessary detail at this point. By the time I arrive, it is already past 11. Leaving the station and the north exit, I cut through the shopping district, which still retains traces of black market routes. Before lies my destination. A simple cafe, Moon World. Their coffee and pastries are delicious.
Pastry.
And there are a lot of cafes near my office, but I frequently make the trek to this place. One of the reasons is that it's by an old friend of mine.
Oh. Sorry, we're closed for the night.
Kaito, it's me.
Oh, Kan.
What did you call me? Seeing my face, Hazumi Kotoi stops wiping the counter. Could I get a cup of coffee?
Making one now. Would take a bit of time. Is that all right with you?
Kaito gestures towards the empty pot with a hand. If it's going to be a while, then a hot water shochu will be fine. What's that?
Really? Well then, I suppose I'll have one too.
Kaito turns and takes a bottle of shochu off the shelf.
It must be alcohol.
Yeah, plum
Is
wine
it
maybe.
all right for you to be drinking? Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, well, we're already closed.
Kaiko adds the shoku to a pair of tumblers filled with hot water. The liquids mix inside the glass.
Here you go.
Kaiko comes out from behind the counter and takes a glass. She starts to sit on a stool, but instead picks up an apron that was hanging off it.
Is that me? Oh, she must have left this out.
She? I asked, reacting to the resigned tone underlying her words.
Yeah, I hired her recently. I told you about her before, right?
Now that she mentions it, I don't remember whether she told me or not.
She lives here too. She's in her room. Would you like me to get her?
Nah, it's fine. It's pretty late anyway. I tilt the glass, and the mild Shojo slides down my throat.
Really?
With that, she brings her own glass to her mouth.
Whoa, that's good.
Well, it's certainly not your run-of-the-mill Castiori.
Of course not. It's proper barley sakushu.
I know. Seeing Kaito puff her cheeks is an indication. I try to soothe her.
We don't really serve alcohol here, but I've got a nice selection all the time.
I've noticed. Hey, are you drunk already?
You're kidding. I wouldn't get drunk off this much.
Kaiko glances down at her glass as she speaks.
There are times when I do want to get drunk, though.
She sighs. Yeah. I nod in agreement. There are times when nothing else will do, times when I just want to get drunk and forget about everything. A lot of things have happened to us in the past.
Well, I'm busy right now, so can't go that far.
Kaiko suddenly acts cheerful, as if trying to shake off the memories. That's for the best, really. I didn't come here for a heart-to-heart.
How's work? Everything going well?
Oh yeah, I solved the case, so it looks like I'll have a little free time.
That's good to hear. If you work too hard, your body will give out, and then it's all over.
You don't have to worry. That won't happen to me.
I'd like to believe that.
Kaiko's expression turns worried. I guess there's nothing I can do about that. Her husband passed away a little while ago.
You should really get some rest during your break.
Yeah, I know. I drain the remaining Shojo from the bottom of the glass, then stand up. I'm going home and sleeping. What do I owe you? I pull out my wallet as I ask.
Today's drink is on the house. I had one too, after all.
Don't worry, I just got paid, so I can afford it.
Maybe I just feel like treating you.
Is that so? Well then, I appreciate your generosity.
Hee, thanks.
I'll come again. Good night.
Sure, good night, Con.
Good. Off we go. Kaiko sees me to the door. Looks like the trains aren't running anymore. Well, from here, walking home isn't too bad. Fortified by the warmth of the Shojo, I force myself to walk in the chill of the street.
That's why people have their coats on, because it's still cold.
But he said it was warm.
Not anymore.
I'm confused. I really love her. I love every single part of her. Her legs, her hips, her fingers, her neck, her eyes, her hair. She is perfection. The likes of me could never hope to reach her, no matter how hard I try. Even so, she has descended to stand here with me at this moment. There can be no doubt she's here, right beside me.
The wind feels great.
Her voice is clear. I steal a glance at her profile. She's leaning on the fence surrounding the pond. Her long, glossy black hair flutters and dances in the wind. Her expression is almost like a doll's, and yet she has the beautiful face of a goddess, overflowing with the essence of life. Countless times I've been driven to the verge of stealing a kiss from that face, from those lips. I could never bring myself to do it. For one thing, I'm not a lesbian, and neither is she. My greatest fear is incurring her displeasure. Of all people, I never wanted to be hated by her. I wouldn't care if every other person on earth hated me. The truth is, I know that I'm despised around the academy.
Aww.
I'm a person of no particular note. I'm surrounded by a bunch of girls from good families who wouldn't bat an eye if they were addressed as mistress. The daughter of an impoverished pigment marker would never find herself in a position to speak of equivalent terms. Why am I in this place? I wondered that every single day. But that changed after I met her. The reason I was there was so that I could meet her.
Is something wrong?
Her question interrupts my train of thought. Her voice is unmistakably a girl's, yet she speaks in the manner of a man. The incongruity of it all makes her seem all the more feminine.
No,
nothing at all. I couldn't say that. I was thinking about her. I really do want to, but I'm afraid that telling her will cause our relationship to crumble.
Take a look. The moon's beautiful.
Aww. She points to the sky where a warning moon peers through a gap in the clouds.
The moon reflected on the lake's surface. The way it sways from side to side is almost magical, don't you think?
Yeah, it really is. I nod in agreement. To my eyes, her form is also part of the scene. The moon, the lake, and her. It is a tableau no artist could possibly recreate. And you are as well. She holds my face in her hands. Eh? It's just a light touch from her, but my heartbeat quickens.
Yes, indeed, such beautiful eyes.
Her face is right before my eyes. I can feel her breath on my lips.
Your hair's gotten longer too. It was short. It was a lot shorter when we first met.
She twines my hair around her finger. I want to be like you. Did you know I started growing out my hair because I wanted to be like you? It was because I wanted to be closer to you. It was because I wanted you to take an interest in me, even if it was just a little bit. But my hair gets tangled and it's so hard to maintain. I think that's you. Well, that's no good. Next time I'll give you some of my shampoo to try.
That was me. That's you.
Really? I stared at her face in disbelief.
There's no reason for me to lie, right?
She laughs, the corners of her eyes crinkling. When she does that, she looks like a mischievous little kitten. I wanted to hold her close. I wanted to hold her close to me and feel everything about her. I want to know more about her.
I guess it's almost time we headed home.
Sighing, she offers those parting words. My time of bliss ends here. Can we be together just a little while longer? I don't want to say farewell. I don't want to leave her. I want to enjoy our time together like this forever.
Looks like I have no choice. Well then, I'll walk you home, my mistress.
With those playful words, she takes my hand, bringing my fingertips lightly to her lips. And with that tiny gesture, I am struck dumb with helplessness, unable to even look at her in the eye.
Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't it? Well,
isn't it?
Isn't it just? That's enough for today. I'll see you tomorrow.
None.